There, blah, 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 blah. Check, check, check. Yes, yes, yes. That appears to be working correctly. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of gat out of hell for you. This game is coming out in about 14 hours' time, if I recall correctly. My review code came in a little bit late, so that means that my WTF is will be delayed, but one of the advantages we have over the traditional outlets is that people actually give a damn about us streaming, so let's do that. Yeah, we can do that, and that will allow us to actually show you what's going on with this game in some respect. There's some weird stuff going on with the... I don't know what the hell's going on with the controller indicator. I actually unplugged my Xbox controller because I was playing Ollie Ollie with it earlier, and now it's doing all this nonsense, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Hopefully it won't do that in the game if there's any QTEs or anything like that. But never mind. So do let me know, as usual, if the audio levels are incorrect. Everything seems to be about balance. I did do a check prior to this, but that means nothing. XSplit is a horrible liar, so please do let me know what exactly is going on correctly. Yep, everything seems to be looking good. Okay, let's jump in, shall we? This is the expand alone for Saints Row 4. It's a $20 purchase, so don't expect a full game out of this. Oh, looks like we're getting the intro again. Can we skip it? Yes, we can. Good. I don't really want to show you that. There we go. I've already seen that. The intro is reasonably funny. I'll give him credit for that. There we go. Off you go. Thank you very much. You are gat, you are in hell, basically. It's really that simple, so we'll see what ends up happening. We're still getting those bizarre controller problems, which is going to end up being a problem, I think, with the tutorials. Maybe I might even have to plug the controller back in order to get this damn thing working properly. Wasn't doing that earlier. Why am I moving? The game thinks I have a controller plugged in. It's not right. Okay, alright. Let's fix this first. So I had my 360, my Xbox One controller plugged in. And now it seems to think that I have it plugged in, which is not right. Either that. Oh, it's picked up my Cytec X52. Yeah, flight stick. I'm now controlling the game with a flight stick. This is not, no, this is not okay at all. Why would you know? Bad, naughty, evil game. Okay. No, thank you. We are not playing with a fucking flight stick. Okay, let me unplug this damn thing first. It's annoying how many games do this, actually. It's really irritating. Ugh, god damn it. Alright, I think it's this. I'm trying to remember which bloody USB cable is the right one, so I don't end up unplugging something which is kind of important. Just out of the way. That's this one. Where's that even going? Is this plugged in here? Yes. It's this one, right? Yes? No? Maybe so? Who bloody fucking knows at this point? Well, this is a great start. Gotta say, it's this one. Okay, which is going all the way over here, which is going all the way over here, which is plugged in there. No, I don't believe you. Can't be. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Almost convinced of it, in fact. It's gotta be that one. Get out. There we go. Okay, flight stick is now unplugged, so the game is not going ballistic. So there's your first little bug report. Folks over at Volition, if you have a flight stick plugged in, the game thinks that's a controller. It is horribly mistaken. We're not playing fucking TIE Fighter. Alright, cool. You want some Guitar Hero support? That would be good. Alright, good. Now we can actually control the game properly, which is lovely, isn't it? Alright, that's nice. Do keep me posted on the audio levels if they appear too loud or too quiet in comparison. I'm also pretty sure I turned on subtitles. Let me just double check that. Show subtitles. Yes, they're in. Okay, good. That's what we like to see. Yeah, I've actually had several games pull this shit on me. Like, Assassin's Creed did it as well. It's really annoying. Can I punch them? Yes. Okay, cool. We still have wrestling moves. That's always nice. So I want to be hijacking a vehicle of some description. Well, so far so Saints Row. Let's grab one of these. There we go. Thank you very much. That should do the trick.
How are we gonna find the Eltor building?
Biggest building down here. Giant
Rock and roll.
sign on it. I don't think
Well, I don't have any special powers as of yet, which is disappointing. I need the ability to fly. Apparently you get wings in this game, so that'll work pretty well. Access the map. We could do that. Set up GPS to Altor. We shall. Alright. No better GPS than a hell GPS, right? And I can still shoot out the window, I assume. Yes, good. Glad to hear it. With the weakest sounding Desert Eagle in history, I might add. Pathetic sounding Desert Eagle. They've never been able to do that particularly well. What was that? That looks like some kind of Hellgate thing, and I want to go in it. I'm being distracted by side activities. which aren't active yet, evidently, so I guess that doesn't really matter that much. Hi.
I think we may have got the attention of the demons. How do we want to handle this?
We handle it by killing demons.
Alright. And do I get his gun? Yes, it turns out I do. Why? I assume this is also, but yeah, okay, I can do it with keys. I was going to say, please don't force me to do that. There we go. Alright, this is a gun that works a little bit better than my previous one. That's nice. I was going to say, please don't force me to go to that stupid menu every time I want to switch a weapon. That would be a tad daft. So yeah, it does have key bindings, which is good. All the options are pretty much exactly the same as Saints Row 4, so there's no big surprises to be had there. Saints Row 4 port was fine. Wasn't great, but it was fine. Did the job. Not a huge amount to complain about. I want to drive that. That looks much more fun. Let's drive that instead. In the meantime, I think we'll kill you. There we go. So apparently the audio is too quiet. Alright, that we can handle. No problem. Let me just bump that up for you. I'm just going to pause the stream a second while I do that. It does look a little bit low on this end, yeah. Okay, let's bump it up to about 9. Alright, good. Cool. Let me know on that one. Sweet. I bumped it up a notch, so hopefully this should be a bit better for you. Let me know if that's not better for you, and I'll see what I can do about fixing it. Alright, well, it's got some interesting vehicles. I'll give it credit for that, certainly. These are the Hell Police, which seems to be something of an oxymoron, I've got to admit. I could go this way if I wanted. What on earth is under here? D key is problematic
Kinsey
again.
Kensington and Johnny Gat driving together on a birthday adventure.
Are you
Ow.
excited?
Generally,
Why am I exploding?
I get it.
Not 100% sure why I'm exploding, but hey, we'll take what we can get.
Come at me, motherfucker.
Alright. Well. Certainly so far so Saints Row. Ow, bloody hell. I'm not the world's greatest driver, that I will admit. That's lava. I probably shouldn't be in that. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. Let's not be in it anymore. Okay. We might want to get another car. Let's get the bike. Why not? Sure, this won't go absolutely terribly. You can pop wheelies. Obviously. I mean, why would you not be able to do that? Well, the Hell Police still seem a little bit pissed off. Please go away. Not much of a driver, I'm so sorry. I should probably switch back to the controller, actually. As I'm currently having problems with my D key is all sort of crapped up at the minute. Which is not helping matters whatsoever. Yeah, I'm actually going to switch back to controller. Which is weird, because I'll generally never play a game like this with a controller, but as it stands, until I get my keyboard fixed, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Please leave me alone for a second. Thank you. Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm just breaking everything today. Nothing will live, apparently. The madness begins. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure how the D key got stuck. It's a little bit weird. The rest of the keyboard works fine. Alright. Well, let's just use the controller instead then. That'll make things a little bit easier. Although, damn if I can aim with this fucking thing.
One more for the
Is that Kenzie just flying away there? I think I pissed a few of them off, honestly. I think things are looking a little bit ugly. Alright, well, what's the key for hijack? That, as of yet, I do not know. Well, it's not that button, that's for sure. That's reload. There we go. That's hijack. Good. Alright. Kenzie, if you wouldn't mind. I'm not exactly sure what you're doing at the moment, but if... Okay, you could do that too. I'm fine with that. You follow me. Alright, let's roll. That works for me. I am happy with this conclusion. Good, good. Alright, and I can use that gun while on the bike. That's good. Well, I have certainly pissed off the Hell Police. Why you would justify having police in Hell, I really do not know. I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to work. There's a lot of very pissed off people here. Yeah, come on. Up you hop. Nice.
So
Well,
what's the plan?
I certainly hope we get some interesting abilities at some point in the not too distant
What if
future.
Dean doesn't have the boss?
I'll probably still shoot him in the face.
Good, good. In we go. I wonder where you go from there, though, with a title like this. You've already had superpowers in the previous game. How do you go further than that?
Hell,
Shouldn't you have a receptionist?
such is the plight of eternal damnation. I have a feeling you didn't come here to catch up. Let's talk in my office.
Not even death could stop the enterprising Vogel, who wasted no time in setting up an Ultor branch in the bowels of hell.
Dane was eager to fill Johnny in on the ever-shifting politics of land rights in the underworld.
But real estate mattered little to Johnny, who only cared where his friend was.
Where'd you put the president?
I've been trying to explain that. I didn't take them.
Bullshit. You expect me to believe you just happened to be the first thing we see in hell?
Maybe it's just me, but your thank you sounds more like an accusation.
That's probably because he plans to kill you.
Okay. I get the trust issues. Can I show you something?
The pieces all came together. The president had caused more chaos and destruction than any other in human history. It was only natural that Satan would want them to marry his daughter. They needed a plan, and Johnny had one.
I'm gonna shoot the devil in the face.
I think you might be skipping some details.
No, I said in the face.
I like the commitment, but you gotta find a way to get close enough to him in the first place.
When's the wedding? I'll just show up
And then you'll shoot him in the face. Sorry, but it's a little more complicated than that. These things...
Alright, some people are claiming that the
tied to soul.
volume is now
You
too
won't be
low.
able to enter
It was
without-
right before, apparently.
So how do we get one?
Well, the problem is we can't really jack up the volume for
I know
cutscenes
some
and then
places that are
unjack up the volume for
particularly
everything
valued
else.
father of the bride.
I can increase the volume for the voice, but that will also increase it in-game. We
Why
can do
would
that, though.
Satan give out an invitation
But I
to
can't do it in the
story
middle of a
stuff?
cutscene, apparently.
Oh, he won't. But it should piss him off enough to get him to attack Johnny personally. Either the devil kills Gat and...
Definitely not an incredible looking game. I mean, Saints Row 4 wasn't graphically impressive either, but this... It is kind of... It's showing its age, I think, at this
That's why
point.
you're helping us? To make more money in hell?
How's what you make of it, sweetie.
Works for me. What you got?
All right.
Satan had entrusted the day-to-day running of hell to 5 archdukes, and Dane knew how to find them all. But beyond that, not everyone in hell was content to go along with Satan's status quo. There were others who shared Dane's ambition for power, and the Ultor mogul knew that the key to unseating Satan lay in gaining their aid.
But before Johnny set out to wage war against the Prince of Darkness, Dane had one final gift. An artifact that he had spent fortunes on. Lucifer's cracked halo.
This holy relic granted
That's
Johnny
what I'm
the
talking about.
majestic wings of the Morning Star. However, he still needed help in learning how to use them.
Okay, let's adjust this audio a little bit more.
Alright, you got...
Options, audio. Okay, so voice volume needs to be a little bit higher. And we can jack effects up a little bit and music up a little bit as well, I think. There we go. This should do the trick. Alright, again, keep me posted if that ends up being too loud or whatever, I need to know.
Dicks, now what?
Would it kill you to show a little excitement? You're about to experience angelic flight, for Christ's sake.
Dane.
Someone needs a nap. Just collect some soul clusters and power up the halo. You'll be flying around in no time. Great. Now you should have just enough clusters to power up...
The arcane menu, flight, and super sprint. Alright. Yep, we'll buy that, obviously. Admittedly, it's not like we couldn't do this in the previous game, so this is not exactly new. It's just skinned in a different way. Alright.
Alright, let's start slow. Try to jump over to that next island. Also, the longer you charge your wings before jumping, the further you'll go.
Fair enough. Well, this is actually the same as the previous one in the way that it works. You hold down and then hold A. I assume you have full flight eventually.
Good job. Now get up that cliff. Don't
Yep,
worry.
and you can do
Something
the
looks
same
too
old
high. Now
jumping.
it's
All
time
right,
to
yep,
fly.
yep.
You heard of crawling before walking?
Okay,
Well,
and
in
then
this
you
case,
hold...
You need to jump before you can fly. Launch
There
yourself
we go.
in the air
Okay.
with a jump, and
Oh,
then
God. All
hold
right.
your wings out
That's
to
how it
glide to
works.
that
All
next
right.
island. I put out some more. You'll have to dive to reach the next
Okay.
island. Do that by pointing your head down. Don't worry. The rest
Easy
of your
enough.
body will follow.
Yep, and they've got inverted controls by default, which is good, so that's nice. Da-da-da. Not gonna lie, it's
I
still
put a
as fun
shiny
as it
flap
was.
orb out in front of you. Collect the orb, and your wings will flap to gain speed.
No one would ever call something in hell a flap orb. Come on. Be realistic here. Flap orb.
Alright, now try flapping those wings on your own. Do a flap on your way to the next
Tap
island.
A once while flying to flap your wings. Alright. So, do that and it will let you glide a little bit further.
The
All right.
exact opposite of diving is climbing. Climbing will slow you down and eventually cause you to stall. And trust me, stalling sucks. You can flap while gliding to gain additional speed. So the faster you're going, the higher you can fly. Now try to reach the island up there.
There we go. Nice and easy peasy. Nothing too difficult to worry about there.
Alright, time to
Flappy
take the training
gat.
wheels off for the final lesson. Flying takes stamina.
That might be the worst
You
thing
run
anyone
out
has
in
ever thought
midair,
of
you are
in the
going
world.
to drop like a rock. A stupid, stamina-less rock. Last
Well, I
island is
fucked that
right
up completely. I'm not sure how I managed that. Let's try that again. Da-da-da. Full wing power. Hold down left button to fly. There we go. Don't even need to flap, I don't think. Should get me over there nice and easy. There we go.
Get you back to the old tour building.
Easy.
I want to run through all the stuff you can do to hurt Satan.
Sure thing. See you soon.
Here's the deal. If you want some FaceTime with Satan, you need to get his attention. Now, Satan hates being challenged, so anything you do to undermine his control is good. Fraud, mayhem, shooting demons in the face, anything. You can keep track of Satan's wrath with this handy meter. Get it high enough and you'll be having drinks with Big Red in no time. I've compiled a list of shit to do, so take a look and do whatever sounds fun. Oh, one more thing. We have some potential allies down here. Trust me, you want to impress them.
Well, at least it's very honest about it being, hey, it's an open world game, there's activities. So, there is that. I can live with that. I mean, yeah, let's be honest, that's every open world game in history, but some of them do try and obfuscate it, and I don't think it's perhaps necessary to obfuscate. Just like, yep, this is an open world game, this is how it's gonna be, frickin' deal with it.
Let's see what these things can do.
Alright.
I hope there's not something ridiculous like 100 of these to find.
I bet there is! It is self-aware, I will give it credit. Self-awareness does not excuse that, though. You've got to bear that in mind. Alright, there's a question mark over there. Let's head in that general direction, shall we? Probably radio towers somewhere. We've got to have an open world game that starts mocking radio towers. That has got to happen. And if that doesn't happen, then something is going horribly wrong in this world. Take the opportunity to mock the damn radio towers, please. Alright. Activities! Start torment fraud. Okay. How does one commit insurance fraud in hell? I guess we're about to find out.
Lee figured out a way to get some gold-level clients a fast track out of hell. The more abuse you put these guys through, the more years we can shave off. Lee suggested running clients through the designated intersections to boost their punishment. Oh, and dive in front of those vehicles on fire for bonus points. I mean, let's face it, the more they hurt, the sooner we can get these wretched bastards out of here.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically Blood Dragon for Saints Row.
While his wife Laura was admitted into heaven, the Heavenly Father was less forgiving of poor Tobias, whose shirtless antics as a crazed drug dealer firmly earned him a place inside the Great Inferno. However, ever the optimist, Tobias tried to look on the bright side of being transformed into a husk. After all, while the removal of his signature dreadlocks was a disappointment, he was finally free from having to wear pants ever again. But while Perpetual Commando appealed to Tobias, he still yearned for Laura and her delightful snickerdoodles. Touched by his story and terrified by his demeanor, Legal Lee worked with renewed purpose to unite the two lovers.
What is happening? Well, that minigame's still as fun as it always was. Admittedly, it is also, of course, the same minigame, but, you know, is what it is. Use punishment mode to chain together amplified hits. I would love to do that. I have no idea how. Press random buttons and something may happen. Apparently I'm only bronze at this nonsense. How disappointing, but hey. I'm bronze right now at any rate. Quick, get in front of there. There we go. Yeah, this is as silly as it always was, but ultimately it is the same thing. They just happen to have sort of slightly changed around the theme. So at that point it does get perhaps a little samey. Move on to another bonus area. Alright, as we will. You don't move very quickly, do you? Not really. It takes a while to actually get to where you're supposed to be going. You can maybe get a little momentum. What? How does falling into lava fail the punishment? That doesn't make any bloody sense. Oh, man. I imagine there are new activities. If there aren't, I'll be extremely disappointed. This is... Should be able to get silver, at least. It would be a little bit weird if they didn't have anything new to do. There we go. Lovely. Okay, we have silver tier. How much further do we have to go? It does get a little repetitive after a while, I've got to say. It's like 3 minutes of this. This is the kind of thing that maybe you boost through in about a minute. It's like, yeah, that was fun. Let's do something else. It's a little bit too much I am bread for my liking. Oh dear. You know, Saints Row already jumped the shark, so I suppose it's a bit of a weird spot, isn't it? Because, like, with Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, you got Blood Dragon as kind of the jumping the shark expandalone game, but then you've got something that's jumped the shark and something that already jumped the shark quite some time ago, which is a little bit strange, I've got to say. It's a bit of a weird one. I will take the silver tier and I'll be damn well happy with it. Thank you very much. But apparently, as long as I can keep going, I'm fine. There we go. I might make it yet. It's possible. As long as I don't stop. Keep that combo going. Yes! 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 I am masterous. What can one say? There we go. See? Gold tier. What can I tell you? But yeah, I mean, that is the exact same minigame that was in Saints Row 4. $3,000, whatever the hell that is. Hellbucks, one assumes. Well, that was an activity. There seems to be something with guns over there. That seems like it might be worth having a look at. Can't imagine why you wouldn't want to look at something like that. Collect more crap.
Here.
perhaps a gun shop. It is all possible.
Winning isn't important. It's the body count.
Alright, what do we have here? Apparently not a great deal. Get off! Quite enough of your nonsense, thank you very much. This is a terrible weapon. Hopefully we can have something that's less dreadful. Alright, that's... Oh, is it like a vending machine? Okay, they did it as a vending machine. Alright, I suppose that saves you having to model the interior. Wipe notoriety. Buy ammo, buy upgrade weapons, access collected weapons. Alright, let's see what we can... Well, we're going to start with a melee weapon of some sort. Yes. Yes, I think that might be a good idea. DIY missiles. Alright, yes, that sounds like a good upgrade. But let's see what else we can get. So, pistol's kind of terrible. Energy caster. A hand crossbow of some description. Alright. How much does this cost? 100? Alright, we can get that. Fair enough. What other weapons do we have? A shotgun of some sort. Either the Damned Impaler. Pump action... Yes, pump action shotgun with a crossbow. Yes, I think that sounds fun. Or the Altor Soul Sweeper. Yes, I think we'll go with the Damned Impaler. Why not? And get one of those. Let's see what other weapons we've got. Some sort of rocket launcher. The Altor rocket launcher or the Lil Croaker. A plague of explosive frogs. Well, that's not a difficult choice. We'll get some upgrades in a minute. Alright. Lava cannon or the Altor LMG. I guess we'll just stick with that. Okay, and we need a sniper rifle of some sort, which we cannot currently... Oh, yes, we can afford it. It just happens to be red. Alright. Sweet. So there's a bunch of upgrades available for pretty much everything here. So let's start with upgrading the melee weapon, because let's be honest, that's far more fun than anything else will be. There we go. We have grabbed some upgrades for that. I'm not sure if we can afford one for this. Maybe we can. We can get extra rate of fire for that. Good, good. Alright. We now have a melee weapon, which is obviously going to be far more fun than anything else. So let's go with that. Yes, yes. Yes, that's what we're looking for. Get over here. Alright. That should do the trick quite nicely. So this now allows you to fire them towards other people as missiles. I assume there are some bigger melee weapons at some point later down the line. A diversion meter shows up when you're doing something special. It rewards experience. The more you fill it up, the more stuff you get. So apparently beating people up is a diversion. I'm sure Jonathan McIntosh will be very upset by that. There we go. Ah, bouncing around like that is still fun, I've got to admit.
You want to play too? Yeah.
Oh, they put a bunch of them in the sky. Okay, that's mean. But we can grab a bunch of those, I think. As long as we don't screw up too badly. Lovely, lovely. What is that thing? Should I be jumping into it, more to the point? There we go. He's being dealt with. You think? I want to know what this thing is before I jump into it, but apparently I don't get to find that out. Oh, is it some sort of... Looks like it's some sort of distraction course or something like that. Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, I guess it's probably a little flight thing to go through.
The screams of success.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Okay, fair enough. Alright. We'll do it. I don't know what it's going to get us at the end, but we'll do it anyway.
Lost count on these things.
Yeah, you and me both.
Gotta pick it up.
Well, collecting clusters while you can fly is reasonably fun, I've got to admit. It's a little bit less awful than collecting the stuff in Crackdown. That was a pain in the ass. There we go. And we are still airborne, so we can keep going. I gotta say, holding down the left bumper on the Xbox One controller is actually kind of annoying. I never really noticed that before, mostly because most games don't require you to hold down the left bumper, but it's pretty irritating. Maybe it's just the way that my hand is shaped. Okay, let's have a look at the quest log and see what there is. Activities, activities, activities. Allegiances, charge Halo, go forth, and a loyalty quest for Dane. Collect the summons power. Alright, we could do that. Rally Blackbeard to our cause. Okay. Do challenges and piss off Satan. Works for me. Not sure if I've got enough clusters to get an upgrade for anything yet, but we will see. But yeah, it is a $20 game. It is not a full-priced release, so it is worth bearing that in mind. It's a fairly key component of it. If this was a full-price release, I'd be thinking, hang on a minute. It is the same game, but it's basically an expand-alone, so you can run it without owning Saints Row 4. Although why you wouldn't own Saints Row 4, I don't know. So it's really, I think, like, my initial impression anyway is, like, do you want more Saints Row 4 in a different location? Because if you do, then, well, we have the means for you to do that.
You've just entered one of 4 soul extraction facilities. This is where souls enter hell to have their sins removed and then thrown to the streets to wander for eternity. Now make no mistake, this isn't Satan being magnanimous. Sins are the currency in hell. That means these places are the cornerstone of his income. There's 3 sections of the facility, and to fully take it over, you need to capture all 3. But be careful. Satan's goons are going to be looking to reclaim any section you're not guarding. We pull this off, you'll hurt Satan and Ultor makes money. It's win-win.
Alright then. Might be a good time to try out some of the other weapons. How on earth do you switch weapons on a controller? I don't even know, actually. Oh, man. Let's try out the Little Croaker. A rain of explosive frogs, apparently. Yes. Now that is a gun that might be useful. Capture control points. It's fucking Battlefield 4 right here. We can do that. Who's the bastard that's shooting me? You face Jaraxxus, Eridar Lord of the Burning Legion.
Have to gain control of all 3.
Okay, is that one? Looks like it is. These guys have shields. They take a little bit of effort to take out by the looks of it. We'll switch over to the hand crossbow. If I recall correctly, there was a shotgun, wasn't there? Pump action damned impaler. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, they took it back. Okay. So we kind of need to eliminate everyone in the area, which seems almost impossible. There must be a way to do it. Let's kill the floaty guys first. They have shields, though. They take a lot of work. There we go. Cash and guns, cash and guns.
It's mine now.
Okay. Alright, let's head over to another point. There's one. Hello. Well, I mean, the default guns are pretty fun. I've got to give them credit for that. How do you run in this game? Ah, it's that button. Okay. Good to know. A useful thing to have. It seems to run a bit better than Saints Row 4 did on launch as well, actually. Like, the default performance seems to be pretty good. I had a few problems on launch with Saints Row 4's performance, but this is running silky. No complaints. I'm not running at SLI either. I'm just running on one card right now, so game seems to be running pretty well. Oh, come on! They're nicking... Oh, it's alright. We got it anyway. There we go. So unless they capture the full thing, we get it. You have released sin husks onto the streets. Collect them for bonus wages. Alright, we can do that. New challenge. Where? Bloody hell. Look at all this stuff. This takes forever to scroll through. That's ridiculous. Well, I mean, at least they're honest about it just being a bunch of challenges, essentially. It does have a storyline of some sort. But I mean, a lot of people just want that from an open world game, and I guess that's fine. I don't hate it. In fact, I get a little bit pissed off when a lot of open world games push the storyline a little bit too much when all I really want to do is cause mayhem. How the hell do I get out of this? Hello. Oh, they're actually mine now. That's nice of them. Fair enough. They won't kill me anymore. That's very kind. Oh, there's the exit. They have emergency exit signs in hell. I love it.
Note to self. Find a way to control lightning.
There we go. Alright, looks like there's another challenge over here of some sort. This will pretty much be what I'm doing. It's like, hey, a bunch of challenges. Why not? Just do all of them. What is this one? It involves explosions. Start mayhem. Alright, that's always good.
Okay, I have a thought on how we can get the attention of Satan, and I really think you're gonna like this one. Blow the shit out of everything, and I mean everything! Demons, cars, fences are real popular.
Fences.
Just tear this place apart.
Works for me. Fuck you, fence.
The screams of success.
Alright. It's hard not to grin when you're doing stuff like this. I remember just doing this in the original GTA and having a blast. It does not really get old. Give someone a weapon with infinite ammo potential, let them blow up everything with it, and things start to get fun. Although I've got to admit, like, I want a Saints Row where I'm actually able to knock buildings down. We haven't seen enough for that yet. There are definitely some games that let you do it, but not too many. We need full-on building destruction. That's how it's going to have to be. And if we don't get that, then we're going to be upset. All of us. Every last one. And we're right to be. It's our right as a consumer to be upset about a lack of destructible buildings. Causing chaos in hell does obviously seem to be a little bit redundant, but I suppose organization in hell is important too. We blew up hell's bus stop.
Let's play.
We are the worst. Money, money, money. Hell's billboard is indestructible. I guess you can call that some solid advertising. Ah! This is why they don't let me talk most of the time. Sweet. Yeah, and you see, that ran on for just about long enough. That was the right kind of length, whereas the previous one was like 3 minutes of... Well, I'd say a minute and a half of outstaying its welcome. Alright, I have leveled up. Let us upgrade something. Upgrades. Abilities. Stamina increase. Nah, we don't want anything boring like that. What about weapons? Extra explosive ammunition. Okay. The ability to dual-wield pistols. We need to be dual-wield SMGs. Oh, all the fun stuff is going to take a long time to get to. That's a little bit disappointing. Want a little bit more super strength or something like that. Bonuses. Swap wages for clusters. Okay, so you can trade stuff around a little bit. Well, I suppose we better upgrade health, because dying is pretty boring. We don't want to do that. Increase in stamina. All the dull things that no one really cares about. Let's have another look at Arcane, considering I collected a bunch of stuff. Alright, flight power, stability, stamina recovery, flight efficiency. So, lots of things. Alright. Ah, you can hover. Fun. Okay. Let's have a look at super sprint. Super sprint haste. Yep. Speed is always good. We like that. And super sprint shield. That would be good. Cool. That should do the trick. Alright, so we just did that one. We still need to find Blackbeard, don't we? So let's head in that general direction and then get distracted by something along the way. Okay, getting up there might be a little bit tricky. Not as easy as it initially appears. Oh, fuck my life! Thankfully there's a warp button. Probably should have upgraded flight first, but hey. Never mind.
God, this feels good.
You don't have to remind me.
One more.
Of those. Okay, let's get some more stuff.
Damn it.
Let's not. Okay. Yeah, really need to upgrade that stamina for flight, actually. That might be one of the first upgrades that you want to grab. Alright, there's his pirate ship, so we're pretty close. What a poor sod. Never let it be said that I'm not a merciful god. Ow.
Let's see what these things can do.
Yeah, I think I preferred it when Johnny Gat was talking less than he currently is. There is a co-op mode for this, by the way, as well. I think that allows you to play Kinsey. You are not being a very pleasant individual. I think we'll grab you. Thank you very much. I think it might. I think there is a possibility of that. You see, we should really just re-equip the bat at this point. It's too fun. There's got to be... I imagine there's probably a snazzier melee weapon that I do definitely want at some point.
Come on.
Alright. Okay, Mr. Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Let's not fuck this up.
Nice.
Alright. Okay, amusing cutscene time, one hopes. How do you make Blackbeard a boring character? Let's hope we don't have to find out.
Abandoned ship! We've been boarded! Get these damn things off my ship!
I will help you. I think we might want something a little bit more effective than the bat, possibly. I don't know, the bat does seem to do the job. So maybe the bat is okay. But something with range might be a little bit more helpful. Let's try out the... Yeah, let's see. The Brimstone Belcher Rapid Fire Machine Gun. There we go. That should do the trick.
A toast to you, good sir!
Lovely. Have we got them all yet? There's probably some little bastards around here somewhere. They should have called him Macbeard. You know, they seem to have forgotten the gangster aspect, I have to admit.
The weapon you find inside may help.
Get the God's Hammer. Okay, anyone that ever tells me that is going to be my friend for a long time. Acquire something called the God's Hammer. Yes. Yes, I would like that thing. I would certainly like that thing. Yes. Okay. Now, we were talking about a melee weapon. And this...
Ah, no, not another one of these.
Get off.
Come on.
Oh, yes. Alright, now that's a fucking melee weapon. Get off. You know, I was fine with the previous weapons, but frankly, this is a lot more fun. Where you going? You're up there, aren't you? Now, none of that.
I summoned these imps to serve as my crew. I forgot what a handful they could be. Once aboard, they wouldn't listen to their captain. They ran amok in the bowels of the ship.
Well, that is an unfortunate situation for you, my friend. You have barrels. that are inexplicably immune to God's hammer. It can destroy many things, but not barrels. Our greatest weakness revealed. Oh, it looks like there's a challenge for literally everything. It really is just like, hey, how many challenges can we put in the game? But again, I kind of respect that level of honesty, you know, because something like Watch Dogs was that, but it was pretending to be something that it wasn't. Whereas this is just like, fucking challenges everywhere. Just play as many as possible.
Destruction of Earth had a profound impact on the afterlife. To heaven, it was a logistical nightmare. St. Peter's meticulous nature drove purgatory wait times to unbearable levels.
Oh, it's the NHS.
Meanwhile, in hell, where souls in pain were used as currency, it created a new era of prosperity for the wickedly enterprising. This economic boon resulted in the coffers of hell to be overflowing, which in turn piqued the interest of the most notorious man that sailed the seven seas. Long had Blackbeard been a thorn in Satan's side, robbing tax collectors on a semi-regular basis. But the promise of an immeasurable fortune drove him to be even bolder. An arrangement was reached. Blackbeard would provide information on strategic targets in exchange for a share of the profit. Johnny, who was interested in murder, not money, happily agreed.
Lovely.
I grant ye the ability to summon my crew whenever they're needed.
Why would I want that? They're annoying. Oh, now we're playing Overlord by the looks of it. Okay. Summon forth imps. Lovely. And there are new collectibles! Of course there are. I'm going to take a quick break, folks. When I come back, we'll play a little bit more Get Out of Hell. Again, like, up to this point, it's so brazen with what it is, I think I can kind of respect it for that. If it was trying to hide the fact that it's just a blatantly obvious collectathon, then I probably wouldn't respect it as much as I do. But as it stands, it's honest about that. I can appreciate that. And it's not like it's bad. I mean, it's Saints Row, which was good in the first place. I don't know if it's as effective a spin-off as Blood Dragon was, because Blood Dragon was based on more serious material, and Saints Row 4 was not serious in any way, but I can dig it so far. Alright, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll play a little bit more Get Out of Hell. Okay, let's get back to a little bit of Get Out of Hell. That was Little V Mills with Scourge of the Seas from his latest album, Side Quest, which I would strongly recommend. Oh, man. Jen is telling me to play a game called Honey Pop or something like that. Apparently, it's like legit misogynistic terrible. Right, well, we might try that later in the week, because I know guys enjoy our streams together, and I am feeling a bit better right now, so we might be able to do that later in the
Why
week.
don't you start off by summoning an imp to take out those enemies?
Arr. Sounds like a reasonable plan that you have there. Arr, arr. Summon an imp. It's adorable, and it explodes. Look at that.
The other demon.
That's what we like. Go get him! Go get him! Go get him! Eat his face.
Fighters are vicious. Now let's practice your aim. Take down the demons on the islands.
Okay, I like the ability to summon imps. That is good. Hold to create a summon, and then aim the reticule, and then fire. Okay. Hold R button. Uh-huh. Oh, he's dead anyway. Alright. Well, that worked reasonably well. No music in this tutorial for some reason.
Things are as rewarding as pressing someone into service, am I right? Now get going.
I
There's
tend
a
to agree.
whole wide world waiting to be plundered.
Indeed. With yet more side activities. I'm surprised you just didn't say that. There's a whole bunch of side activities just waiting to be done in order to piss off Satan. Again, I appreciate the honesty. Shakespeare. What the fuck is he doing in hell? And we can switch to Kenzie if we wish. I assume Kenzie has the same powers. Yeah, we'll play as Kenzie, who is a far more interesting character than Johnny Gat, let's be honest. Does she actually have any weapons? Yes, she has all of the weapons that I do, including God's Hammer, which I think really could desperately use an upgrade. Also, if possible, can we hit him into space? No. Well, that's a little disappointing, I have to admit. Alright, so you can switch between Kenzie and Johnny Gat.
Office and found information on where the president is being kept. Evidently, they've been trapped in some sort of soul crystal inside Satan's
Obviously,
palace.
I mean, what else?
Breaking in is an impossibility. Your best bet to save them is to continue to try to draw Satan out of his palace.
That's a book. What is the book? What does that
A
do?
Damned Souls Orientation Guide, Chapter 1. The Dead. Welcome to hell, O ye of questionable morality. Who you were on Earth no longer matters. When you arrive here, everyone from the mightiest crime lord to the elderly gentleman who takes pens from banks begin the same way. As wretched ghouls wandering the streets. As a shadow of a man, you are stripped of your sins and condemned to a meaningless existence. Eternal playthings for a demonic host who is all too eager to ply its trade.
Well, I appreciate the audio logs because they're pretty damn well written. Your face is offensive. Ooh, sick burn. Start survival. Okay, I want to upgrade this hammer.
There's lots of ways to get Satan's attention, but we should never forget the classic. Rampant fucking murder. Pride is a sin the Devil's Army has in spades, so if you want to pick a fight, you can bet your ass they're coming in droves.
Good. We can use the hammer and blow things up again. That's what we like to see. Although, admittedly, we're probably better off with something a little bit more effective, like, say, Little Croaker, the explosive frog
I
launcher.
understand why the boss likes violence so much.
Please go away. Good, good. That's what we like to see. I need to get a hover ability so I can start to go airborne. There we go. I want to take a slightly different weapon for this. This seems to be a relatively effective gun. Have more summoned imps.
Can you just stop trying to kill me?
What would be the fun in that? Da 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 da. The getting the flight right from the start is pretty good, I've got to admit, and it's quite fun to use too. So don't really have too many complaints about that. It's nice that they just give you that right from the outset. I don't know, I mean, I did like the start of Saints Row 4. I thought it was very funny, but just giving you powers right off the bat is pretty cool, I got to admit. I think we need a few more explosive frogs. Might do the job. Yeah, I would say that that did the job quite well. Let's grab the sniper rifle. Aiming with a controller, tricky, but as we said before, we had some problems with the keyboard earlier. It's not the fault of the game, that was actually the fault of my keyboard, which needs to be fixed, so please do not blame the game, it is not the game's fault. Definitely do with a few upgrades for these guns after this as well. This should do the trick. Yeah! That really never fails to be amusing, I've got to say. It really does not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what people kind of really expected out of Gather the Hell, really, and I think that if your expectations are in the right place, then it's hard to really complain about a $20 expand alone, which sort of does the same thing as the other ones, but adds a kind of hellish twist and a bunch of weird, magical Satan powers. I kind of dig that. I think it's a good way to spread the content out a little bit. Give people more of what they want, but for a reasonable price, instead of saying, hey, yeah, let's make another game. It's like, well, no, you don't have to make another game. You can make an expand alone, which is kind of a bit of a smaller scope. You know, probably beatable in like 10 hours or whatever. I think it's only going to get weird if they start putting DLC on this. It's like, well, we got some DLC for your DLC. Like, you what, mate? I imagine they probably won't do that, but you never know. Never know. It is entirely possible. Let's go back to the God's Hammer, I think, just for a little bit of fun. It's a bit tricky to actually use this thing. It does do a lot of damage, but it has a charge-up time. But it is a hell of a lot of fun. I wonder if they've come up with any kind of really crazy weapons, though. This is a fun weapon, don't get me wrong, but I expect outlandish nonsense in games like this. And if you don't have it, then I'm going to be very disappointed. That gun is just dull. I've got to get an upgrade for that. Cool. Survival. Successful. Alright, let's go find a gun shop and get a few more upgrades, if I can actually find what I'm looking for here. Centipole Armory Weapon Store. It's not a very big map, as you can tell. Pretty small, all things considered. Can't understand why you would ever want to get in a car in a game like this. That was the weird thing with Saints Row 4 as well. It's like, hey, we've got a bunch of cars, but you can also run at super speed and fly, so maybe you don't want to fucking bother. It's like, yes, as it turns out, I actually don't want to fucking bother. I don't know, the exploding frog gun is just a grenade launcher. It's a reskin grenade launcher. Let's call it what it is. Okay, buy upgrader weapons. Upgrade the God's Hammer with Smite. I can't afford it. Strike enemies with lightning. Okay, that sounds very, very good, and we should get that. But in the meantime, let's upgrade something else, like, say, the Damned Impaler with Sweepstakes. Wooden stakes that detonate when an opponent is blasted into a wall. Yes. And more damage. Yes. And higher clip size. Yes. All of these are good things. So you can, as usual with these, you can get the level 1 upgrade for basically nothing. So you might as well just grab the level 1 upgrades on everything. So we could just upgrade the damage on that immediately. There we go. Actually already upgraded rate of fire on that. Okay, good. Hang on a minute, what's that? That looks new. Homing blood-sucking insects, or the diamond... What is that thing? Propels diamonds at an incredible rate of fire, turning enemies into a shower of wealth. 7 deadly weapons greed. Yes. I don't have enough money for that. $100,000 for that thing. Okay. I'm willing to save for the diamond gun. In the meantime, we'll have the Exodus 10. Insect swarms do additional damage over time. Insects kill their target, return to the weapon as bonus ammo. That's neat. Okay. Alright. I am starting to appreciate the amount of variety that is available here. Add a bit more explosive damage here. I love it. Okay, good. Right, we are about ready to rock and roll then. So let's try the... There we go. It's bees! Yes! We have a bee gun. Perfect. Alright, I take back what I said. This game's great. Bees! Ah, it's lovely. Okay. Yeah, this is just dumb enough to get away with it. Hey, like, if I was the kind of person that was actually reviewing it, I'd say, well, you know, compared to the previous one, it's not that. And this is probably stuff I'll say in the video, but ultimately, like, if you've got to take it kind of as what it is at its price point, it's a little easier, I think, to accept what it has on offer for the price point. 'Cause $20, I think, is reasonable for playing a fairly similar experience. The question is kind of what is the quality of the content on offer?
Oh boy.
Like, are you dealing with a lot of really good quality side quests? Are you dealing with the same crap? Are you dealing with the same kind of weapons? Is the combat dull? So far, no, is the answer to most of those questions. Yes, the bees. Bees! Have some bees. I like the bee machine gun. I need to upgrade the bee machine gun. Obviously. This is an effective bee machine. You need a lot of bees to get through the armor of those bastards. I'll give them that. There we go. He is now covered in bees. Everything's lovely. It takes a lot of work to kill one of those. Okay, we might need something a little bit more explosive. I did upgrade the Damned Impaler, didn't I? There you go. With some giant stakes. Get off. Have some imps. That's... What the fuck is that thing? I don't know, but it's terrifying. It's kicking me about the place as well. Also, I'm on fire. Oh, too good. I may have annoyed them a little more than was initially expected.
Let's go.
This was probably my own fault. I should... there's a thing over here. I'm on fire again. Is this a challenge? Hell blazing. What? Go away. Can you actually die in this? I assume you can, but I seem to have a lot of health. Hello.
Who's tough now?
There you go. I have upset people somewhat, it would appear. It said something about wooden stakes impaling people to walls. Not sure how that actually works. Alright. Hellblazing! What's this all about?
Alright, buddy, let's take this opportunity to stretch those wings. I've set up a rudimentary flight path through the city. All you need to do
Oh,
is
okay, so it's a
separate
flight
in order
checkpoint
they
thing.
appear.
Alright.
Now, because
Fair
I'm a
enough.
swell guy,
Well, the flying is reasonably enjoyable, so I don't have any complaints about that. Again, aside from that left
these ones will give you
button
more
thing.
stamina. Let's go.
Alright, here we go. 1 minute 15, assuming I don't fuck it up. Let's see. And here we go.
This
Please
isn't
don't
so
fuck
tough.
it up.
Doing just fine.
Looks like you don't actually have to hit those. But you probably want to grab these because they'll give you another flap. There we go. Good, good.
Made it.
Through here.
The only way to travel.
Let's not fuck up.
This isn't so tough.
No, it's not.
Arrived.
Yet. I imagine
That
I
was
will
a good
fuck it up
time.
in a second.
Just keep it up, Kinsey. The only way to travel. This isn't so tough.
Okay, we don't need to keep repeating the same bark every
Keep
once
it
in a
up,
while.
Kinsey.
That's a little annoying, I gotta admit.
Arrived.
There we go. Good, good, good. This is pretty fun, though. Again, the flying is good enough to actually justify a minigame of its own. Oh, fuck me. Oh, no.
Doing just fine.
Oh, I made it anyway. Cool. Blazed it. Nice. Cool. Not much to complain about that. Let's go find Shakespeare and see what he has to say. I'm intrigued. Nailed that one. But yes, we don't need the same bark every once in a while. Just saying, hey, keep it up. Yeah, keep it up. Shut up. Please stop with that.
But if she tells me to get married one more time...
There's got to be a clothing shop in hell somewhere. We've got to be able to customize our looks, I imagine. I think there's like some kind of hell portal over here. I don't know where this goes. Collect Stomp to activate the altar. Okay, so that's an ability I don't have yet. All right. Are there clothing shops in hell? There must be, surely. Although maybe not. Okay, upgrades. Weapons. Right, these are all still boring. I want dual-wield SMGs, but we can't have them yet, so I suppose we're just going to have to pick some of the more boring one. Notoriety Decay. This is the one thing that I do have a little bit of a problem with. These abilities are incredibly dull. Surprisingly so. It's like, yeah, I could pick one of these, but they're all so fucking boring. I'm not really sure I want to. We got a bit of extra shotgun ammunition, I suppose. There we go. And that actually costs quite a bit of money, too. Alright, summons. Alright, let's upgrade that, shall we? Explosive summon. More imps. Always good. 2 for the price of 1. I like value. Trump taught me this. There we go. Cool. I need a few more soul clusters for other upgrades by the looks of it. We might want to... we were talking about that flight efficiency upgrade earlier, weren't we? Make sharp turns. Flight efficiency. Don't have enough soul clusters. Well, that's disappointing. Alright, I'm sure we can get some more. Alright. Well, I am told the devil wears Prada, so let's see if we can... There's got to be a store... It looks like there are actually no clothing stores. I think everything is a gun store in this game. That's slightly disappointing, I've got to admit. It would be nice to be able to customize my character in some way. But never mind. Alright. Well, let's get flapping in that general direction, shall we? And we can get some soul clusters on the way, too. That should do the trick.
Let's see what these things can do.
Well, you've already seen what these things can do, and I'd rather you stop repeating that bloody thing. Would be nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's really a lot else to say about it. It's a fun enough open world game based on stuff that you've kind of already seen. But simultaneously, that's fine because a lot of people liked what they saw the last time and might want to play a little bit more of it. I think it's perfect as an expand alone. I think if it was its own game at full price, there's no way in a million years you get away with it, but as it stands, there's maybe just enough new to justify it. Or alternatively, if you haven't played Saints Row 4 and you don't want to pay full price for it, you could do that, but simultaneously you shouldn't have to pay full price for it these days. It's easy enough to get that version super cheap. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't really have many problems with this at all, honestly, outside of it just being more Saints Row, which is fine. The writing's pretty good. It's amusing enough. Getting to meet historical characters in hell is a little bit of a treat. And so far, we've seen some pretty interesting weapons up to this point. More imps! Get him! Get him! Make his life even more miserable. For whatever reason. Deploy the B-gun. We need to upgrade that B-gun. That's going to happen. Alright, let's go and have words with Shakespeare and see what's going on with him. And then we'll probably wrap the stream up at that point. Hopefully this has been like enough of a primer for you, because again, there's no way I can actually get this video out in time for tomorrow. I got the code quite late. There was some issues with distribution apparently, so my code came in a little bit late. I just got Karma Flow as well, so I really want to have a look at that. Is Shakespeare a hell DJ?
William Shakespeare, humanity's greatest playwright, and hell's most diabolical purveyor of entertainment, looks on as a brave mortal on an Orphean quest enters. The bard's interest is piqued, and he looks to test his visitor's mettle. The masked tragedies were used to enemies cowering as they approached, but soon they realized that they faced a foe with courage and nobility, traits uncommon in the fire of perdition.
Works for me. Kill stuff. Not exactly the most compelling of quests, I imagine, but still, you know, kill stuff is still fun.
The inciting incident resolved. The time had come for rising action.
I'm getting the hang of this murder thing.
I'm sure you're pretty good at it prior to that. Hello.
The battle raged on below.
Not 100% convinced by this gun as of yet.
Could this mortal be the exact thing that Shakespeare needed?
Oh, we'll give it a shot. I'm not much of a sniper with controllers. I'm really bad at it. Like, precision shooting with controllers is something I've never been able to really do properly. Oh, bloody hell, one of you again.
Far from over, mortal. Arise.
And now,
I hope you like imps. And bees. We've got all of those. Imps and bees are available for your amusement at this time. Get him! And get the slightly larger gun out. Actually, no. Let's get this one. This one is even bigger. Do like the frog gun. That seems to work pretty well. Except when I'm terrible with it. There we go. Incidentally, tomorrow there will be a 15 minutes of game. It's, in my opinion, the best one we've done yet. So we actually had some fun games and some weirdness going on. So hopefully you'll enjoy that tomorrow. I'll be working on GAT today. I don't know if... it's probably not going to be out before tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be out tomorrow either. I might want to play a bit more of it. It depends.
In the land of the living, William Shakespeare is regarded as one of the most prolific playwrights of all time. However, to the denizens of hell, the bard is seen in a far different light.
After selling his soul for fame and adoration, Shakespeare served in hell as Satan's spy master general. In doing his duty, Shakespeare would punish the souls he was investigating by forcing them to perform in grotesque passion plays for Satan's amusement. But in a 12th Night-esque twist, Shakespeare found himself living a double life. While he projected an image of cruelty, his heart was as soft as Jezebel's. In secret, he would tutor her on the classics and act out the works of his mortal days. When Satan found out, he cast Shakespeare out of the palace, believing that the poet would be tormented by the populace of hell, far out of Jezebel's sight. But Satan had not counted on the bard's cunning. Embracing his persona of master torturer, Shakespeare and his followers, the tragedies, took root in the entertainment district, biding their time for revenge.
And so Shakespeare called forth the Deus Ex Machina to bestow our protagonist with the arcane power of Force Stomp.
Yes, that sounds like a Shakespearean power for the ages. You can now perform an arcane stomp, because why the fuck not? And kill decks repeatedly. Okay, stomp tutorial, let's do that. And then we'll wrap the stream up.
Lights up. The mortal stands in the training grounds, eager to try out his new Force Stomp power on the group of demons.
Thank you very much. Oh, yes.
The protagonist kills more demons with Force Stomp.
Lovely. Well, this is quite the classic, is it not?
In which our protagonist is greeted by foul imps.
I recognize that voice. Where do I recognize that voice from? He sounds very similar to something.
In which our protagonist learns that Force Stomp even works on flying enemies, enabling them to remove a Dark Inciter's shield before shooting them to death with bullets. The day is won, and the curtain closes on our noble hero.
That's pretty good. We'll go visit that altar, because we have the Force Stomp now. I want to see what the altar does. It's probably just... Is it Troy Baker? I don't know. Is it Steve Blum? Could be. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. All right. We'll go and have a look at the altar before we go out, because I'm just interested to know what that actually does. Assuming that I can find the bloody thing on the map again. Where is it? Back here. Map and... Oh, yeah, there's one over there. Okay, that should do the trick. Alright. Up we go.
Let's see what these things can do.
Yeah, shut up, Kenzie. We've had quite enough of that, thank you very much. Alright, cool. So...
Symbol is trying to say something.
So let's kick it in the head, logically.
Hey, looks like you kicked the dust off one of those ancient altars. Whenever you find the right power to activate one of these things, and let's be honest, you have 4 to choose from, it's not rocket science, you'll be imbued with a new arcane element for that power. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it kinda is. Once you steal the power from the altar, a bunch of guardians will appear and try to kill you. But if you use your new power to clear them out, it's yours to keep.
Alright, sounds good to me.
In which our heroes are didactically informed that the vacuum stomp draws enemies towards
Vacuum stomp. Yes. All right, that I will have. Absolutely. We'll Yes. And then if we add some explosive frogs to the mix. Yep, that should do the trick. That would certainly appear to be a relatively effective method. Holy shit. The carnage. A few more of these. Well, they certainly don't lack in the fun powers in this one. Very cool. Alright. I guess that about wraps up the stream, folks. Just a little bit of a look at GAT. Out of Hell, first 2 hours or so of this particular title. It is out tomorrow. Price tag is $20. It's an expand alone. Oh, did the game just crash? Well, apparently the game just crashed. Interesting. All right. It is an expand alone, which means that you don't have to have the original game to play it. Although, bear in mind, there are some minor spoilers if you have not played Saints Row 4. So, just bear that in mind. The game has now locked up for whatever reason, so I'm going to wrap up the stream. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.